The Sonic the Hedgehog series has seen a lot of talented voice actors who are the voices behind our favorite colorful cast of creatures. But today I want to go over which of the many vocal talents gave the best performance and fit their respective characters the best, and why I think so. This video is specifically talking about the main cast of characters, so I'll be going over Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Dr. Eggman, Shadow, and Rouge. So without going on too long, let's start with the main man himself, Sonic the Hedgehog.
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog!
Sonic has seen many voice actors throughout the years because he is the main character, obviously, of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. I think that Sonic has grown so much over the years throughout the games, where there is a specific voice for his younger version of himself, and there's a specific voice that I like for the more adult version, or the modern version of Sonic, if you would. So for a younger Sonic, I think that there is no better voice actor than Ryan Drummond.
Talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies, I'm out of here. I like running better.
He is many people's favorite voice actor for Sonic, and there is a reason that he did one vocal take for the role of Sonic the Hedgehog and landed the role. His take on Sonic really sounds like a cocky guy with attitude, not afraid of anything that comes his way, which is exactly who Sonic is.
Ha, think I'd miss this? Time to crack that Eggman wide open! Yeah, let's party!
But for an older, more matured, and more seasoned version of Sonic, I have to say that I really appreciate Jason Griffith. He voiced Sonic through Sonic X during the time where my interest in Sonic was at its peak. Jason makes Sonic feel like Eggman's plans are literally just another day for him.
Well, this is new. Showing remorse, Eggman? If you played nice, I wouldn't have to break all your toys.
Where it seems like Sonic has done this many times before, and it's just a matter of time before he stops Eggman. He's very confident in his abilities, and it shows very much through Jason's voice.
I told you, I'm not a rat! I'm a hedgehog!
But I cannot ignore Roger's performance as Sonic either.
So, what's your favorite color? Do you like long, romantic walks on the beach? What's the source of your power? You can skip the first two questions if you like.
I think he does an incredible job, and initially when I heard him in Sonic Colors, I was really frustrated, but in retrospect, Sonic Colors basically is an entirely different character, so it was much less of Roger's performance than it was his direction. And now it's hard to even picture any other person voicing Sonic, but if I had to choose one, it would be Jason Griffith, who strikes the perfect balance between a fearless kid and a seasoned adventurer.
That's a pretty snazzy performance there.
I know I can do this by myself. Okay, Eggman, bring it on!
Tails, much like Sonic, has seen a lot of voice actors at bat to voice Sonic the Hedgehog's best friend. As a young Tails, I think William Corkery, who is the voice actor in Sonic Heroes, has to be my favorite, literally just because he sounds so adorable. And before y'all come at my neck, just ask yourself one thing: is it truly the voice actor that you dislike, or is it the bad audio mixing and repetitive dialogue that Sonic Heroes had? Because if you ignore the technical faults of Sonic Heroes, I think that this is the cutest version of Tails. He just sounds like a nasally little goblin, and Tails is like 8 years old in this game, so in my opinion it's perfect.
You sure this is the right way?
I saw Shadow and Eggman head this way. This has gotta be the right way.
But it's so spooky here.
Maybe that's the ghost of Shadow we saw earlier.
Whoa! Stop it, Knuckles!
As an older version of Tails, I really enjoy Amy Pallant's take on the character. She just brings such a joyful yet competent take for our favorite two-tailed fox.
No problem. If anything goes wrong with them, I'll fix them for you.
All right, it's a deal.
Okay, Grandpa.
However, my favorite voices for Tails all around have to be Kate Higgins and, of course, Colleen O'Shaughnessy. And I believe Kate ran so that Colleen, the current voice actor for Tails, could literally fly. These two sound so similar, it's scary.
Well, good job to you on inventing a translator that allowed us to speak to the aliens and figure out exactly what we needed to do so we weren't running around the park looking like idiots. Oh no, wait, that was me. It's kinda impossible to surprise you.
You totally got me this time. I had no idea.
Yeah, right. Happy birthday, Sonic. Hope you like this.
And that's not discounting Colleen. I just think that these two actresses are very talented and bring the definitive voice for Tails, in my opinion.
Huh. When did you get to be so insightful?
I really gotta stop whining. Everyone's trying their best to help out, and so must I!
So from here on out, I will only be giving one voice actor who is the best, in my opinion. I had to make an exception for Sonic and Tails, only because so many people voiced them over the course of the franchise. So next is Amy Rose. If I'm gonna be completely honest, the current voice actress, Cindy Robinson, doesn't really do much for me, only because the video game version of Amy doesn't really allow her to display her talents. Because I think in Sonic Boom, she does an incredible job, where that show is much more lighthearted and very much a comical show.
A bunch of 5-year-olds? They can be so cruel when they sense weakness.
That's why on the first day, you have to beat up the biggest one in the yard.
Knuckles, that's prison.
With that being said, I think the absolute best voice for Amy Rose is Lisa Ortiz, who voiced Amy throughout Sonic X and up until Sonic All-Stars Racing. I think that her vocal performance brings such an energetic and fiercely compassionate breath to the character of Amy. Just listen to this performance here.
What took you so long? I was worried. I wondered if you were ever going to come back. It scared me to think that I was never gonna see you again. Day after day I waited for you to come, but you never did. I didn't know where you were. I couldn't stand not knowing. I told myself I should give up hoping. I was convinced that you'd forgotten all about me. I thought you were gone forever. But then I realized that you had never abandoned me, and I decided that I would wait for you, even if it took the rest of my life to see you again.
I swear, it sounds like she is literally crying in the booth. It is amazing how well she just slips right into the character of Amy. And I love hearing her talk about how she does certain mannerisms that Amy does, just to really get into character.
I've had people they're like, you just changed your whole body language when you did this. For Amy, you'll usually see me go like this. I don't know why she stands like that in my body, but she does.
So in my opinion, I think Lisa Ortiz is the perfect voice for Amy Rose.
I just realized there is an upside to getting separated from you, because it's so great when we're reunited.
So next is the voice for Knuckles the Echidna, and personally I believe there is no better voice for Knuckles than Scott Dreyer.
The servers are the 7 Chaos. Chaos is power. Power is enriched by the heart. The controller is the one that unifies the chaos. Only you can do this. Stop the Chaos Emeralds!
Scott Dreyer brings such an incredibly calm yet hot-headed demeanor to Knuckles, which is exactly what I would imagine a loner like Knuckles would be, where he's very stoic and calm, and when his duty to protect the Master Emerald is threatened, then he turns into a fierce warrior.
Long time no see, treasure hunter. Did you find my emerald?
That's a good one. Your emerald. Talking to you is a waste of time.
I personally love the smoothness of Scott Dreyer's voice, and I think it works very well with Knuckles, and it is why he is my favorite version of Knuckles the Echidna.
What are you talking about? That emerald's mine. You got that?
Oh, I've waited a long time for this!
Next is Dr. Eggman, and in my opinion, I think that Mike Pollock, who is the current voice actor for Dr. Eggman, is the best version of the character just because of how much range he gives to Dr. Eggman. He can go so quickly from goofy to actually intimidating.
Quiet, you junkie! That was all part of my plan, part of the big picture! Where's the fun in having my plans succeed without any challenge? I will burn your worlds, you rebellious scum! I will destroy everything you love and make you rot!
And his Eggman is simply iconic at this point because he's been voicing the character for longer than any of the main cast has. but I really like when we get that glimpse of the intimidating factor of Dr. Eggman, paying homage to Dean Bristol, who voiced Dr. Eggman in the Sonic Adventure series.
This time, I'll take your lives as well as the Chaos Emerald. I call on you to destroy these pests. Come out, my servant.
We get the sense that Dr. Eggman is much more formidable, and I do miss that take of the character, but I don't believe that it's Mike Pollock's fault that we don't hear that anymore for Eggman. I do believe that it is the direction more than Mike Pollock's fault. There is a reason why Mike Pollock has been the voice for Dr. Eggman for so many years. He is the definitive Dr. Eggman in my opinion, and he is my favorite version of that character.
Oh, princess, this way, please.
I despise anyone who takes jewels from me. All the world's gems are mine to keep.
Next is one of my favorite characters in the entire Sonic the Hedgehog series, and that is Rouge the Bat. Although the current voice actress for Rouge the Bat is very talented in her own right, I don't think that her voice really fits the character. And in my opinion, there is no better voice than Kathleen Delaney. Kathleen brings such a more seductive and charming take on Rouge with her lower register and unique inflections.
All you have to do is be a good boy and play nice, and I'll tell you where the others are. What do you say, Doc? Do we have a deal?
If I had to give one critique to Kathleen, it would be that her voice sounds a little bit too old for Rouge, but putting a younger filter on her Rouge voice could be the absolute perfect way to voice Rouge. Kathleen will always be my favorite take of Rouge the Bat.
We should get going.
If the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have.
And last but definitely not least, we have my favorite character in the franchise, Shadow the Hedgehog. Most of my time with Shadow came from his very own game, Shadow the Hedgehog. And with that, I became a very avid Jason Griffith enjoyer.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Jason very quickly became the definitive voice of Shadow for me, especially with his vocal work on Sonic X. But as an adult and going back to these games in retrospect, I truly believe that there is no better voice than David Humphrey. David just brings such mysterious and soft inflections into Shadow's voice.
That blue hedgehog like me. What did the doctor say about my memory? And just who am I?
And that softer voice is what convinces you that Shadow really is a gentle guy, and he's hiding all of that softness on the inside. And he really projects his stoic and quote-unquote I don't care type of attitude. It's why I love the voice lines for Shadow in Heroes so much, because it shows us how Shadow once was when he wasn't tormented by his past trauma. And David Humphrey perfectly encapsulates that. Like, just listen to this.
Cool, Sid. I hit the ultimate jackpot. Must be my day. Lucky.
Didn't you know? We have a date with Eggman, too.
Is that so? Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Hey, that's my line.
He genuinely sounds like an excited kid in these voice lines, and David's voice gives us a more cool Shadow without even needing to try. If I had it my way, David Humphrey would voice Shadow to the end of time, because he is just that good. Because I believe that David Humphrey is the ultimate voice actor for Shadow the Hedgehog.
My name is Shadow. I'm the world's ultimate life form. There's no time for games. Farewell!
But now I want to pass the discussion off to you guys. I want to hear your comments and your opinions. Definitely leave it in the comments below. I will try to respond to every single one of you guys. And thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a like. And definitely hit that subscribe button. I will be making videos every single week. Whether it's movies, TV shows, or video games, I will be covering it here. Especially if it pertains to Sonic the Hedgehog. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do enjoy discussing things with you guys, and it has been a joy over the past couple of weeks to respond to every single one of you guys. And let's keep that up. My name is Japes, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.